bushes to hide from their predators. And then next to them, the one with the zebra-like legs, is an okapi. They're one of the coolest looking animals, I think. They're not related to the zebras at all. They're related to giraffes. I know, that's hard to believe with those legs. But I just came back from my own 2-week safari with Wilson himself. I had to come home, shower, and eat some really good food, and then come back and drive you guys. Though I'm not familiar with the entire area, so I'm going to make it up as I go. But through this area, he told me we could see some black rhinos. I never saw a single one. But black rhinos are very hard to see because there's 4,200 of them left. You can just see one back there along the wall of rock that's there. He looks like a rock himself. There's 4,200 of them left because those horns that you're seeing are so hard to protect. Poachers love to cut them off. And then these birds that are on both sides of the vehicle are yellow-billed storks. They're carnivores, so they eat fish. Well, that's not really meat, but they eat fish, they eat snakes, and they eat snails. I guess they don't like the green stuff. Bumpity bump. Any more rhinos? Nah. But over here, standing in the trees, we have the greater kudu. They weigh in at 750 pounds. The male has the ears, of course, or the horns, ears. They both have ears. Let's get to go straight, but you know what? I think we've seen enough for the day.
Is this fun?
So I was thinking we could head over to Lake Nursery, and then I looked at the wonderful sky that we get to see of gray, and I decided, you know what? It does not sound like fun. So we're going to head this way and head over to Safi River, where there's hippos. There are always hippos here, so fingers crossed that we see a ton. Haha, that's a joke because they weigh in at 5,000 pounds. And if you see two, it's rather heavy. Baby hippos are called calves, and they can weigh in at 85 pounds, so if you're a hippo and have to carry it, it's not that heavy.
Look, there's a hippo laying against the wall. See?
Their skin is very sensitive, that's why they're rather pink, which means he's been out in the sun way too long. Buddy, you should get some sunscreen.
See the birds are around him?
We're coming up to some more over here on our left-hand side. But first, check out the birds, the gray ones in the middle of the island. Those are pink-backed pelicans. They make little circles in the water, trapping the fish, and they eat them together. They also nest in trees.
There's some hippos.
Here's some more hippos for you. They're all kind of piled up on top of each other. Hippos can stay underwater for up to 8 minutes. I don't know anybody that could ever do that, though. So let's not try either. Also, they eat about 100 pounds of vegetation a day.
Wow.
And if you ever see one that looks like it's yawning, it's not yawning, it's showing dominance. Both male and female do that. They try to be like, yeah, I'm better than you. That could go on for quite some time, too. So we're at an old bridge, so I'm going to ask that you stay seated. Because there's not, well, I guess there's a lot to worry about, seeing there's now crocodiles underneath. And what's making me nervous about them is that they can snap their jaws shut with 1,200 pounds of force, crushing any bone in a prey's body. So that kind of does scare me. And then if you see them with their mouths open, that does mean they're regulating body temperature, or they're just looking for food to fall. Seeing they scare me, we're going to go rather quick through here. Whee!
Simba 1, come in.
Sim 1 here, over.
Just wanted to let you know that
Christian,
my
look at me.
ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the Red Pit.
I can't stop moving,
Definitely
Dad.
want to check out that area.
Roger that, Wilson. Thank your ground patrol for me as well. We'll head that way in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to check out the upside down tree over here. It's called the baobab tree. It looks like it's growing upside down, but it's not. Those little branches up at top can only hold leaves for 3 months out of the year, which means 9 months out of the year, the tree looks exactly like that. And seeing we're in the savannah, that tree lives in the savannah, the trunk, it works wonders because it holds the water during droughts. Making sure it doesn't die either, which is rather cool. This is my favorite view out of the entire savannah. It is home to millions of animals that migrate each and every year. it's a super highway for them, I guess. Lions, elephants, and giraffes love to live here, so fingers crossed that we come across them today. Or over the next 13 days. We got some time, I think. But it's all part of the wild Africa we're working so hard to protect. In order to get to me, you must have gone through the Harambe village. I didn't know if you guys knew this, but Harambe means together. The animals live in Harambe, work in Harambe, and eat in Harambe. They make sure each animal has enough to survive. In order to do so, the elephants bulldoze trees, knocking down leaves and branches for other animals to eat that cannot reach them. Because giraffes eat the undersides, letting in a lot of light for the other animals to eat the grass. Gotta make sure they all can eat. Antelopes and zebras love to mow up the grasses. And then little guys like warthogs and little gazelles eat up the edges, making enough food for each and every animal to survive. I think that's awesome and should be the true definition of Harambe. Up there